Kevin, we go back to the breaking news out of baseball this hour. Dodgers pitcher Joe Kelly suspended 8 games for his actions in the bottom of the 6th during Tuesday night's game against the Astros. Kelly threw a pitch close to the head of Alex Bregman and later taunted Carlos Correa. That led to the benches clearing and not much social distancing to be seen anywhere. As we welcome in our MLB insider Buster Olney with us on SportsCenter. Buster, the Dodgers and Astros met last night. We saw what happened. 8 games suspension. What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, Tony, within the Dodgers organization, there's absolute outrage and shock over this decision because an 8-game suspension in a 60-game season is the equivalent of a 21-game suspension. Within the Dodgers organization, there's a feeling of, look, he didn't hit Bregman. He actually, in their eyes, didn't even come close to hitting him, and they felt like Dusty Baker was screaming at Kelly in that inning from the Houston dugout. They were absolutely surprised by the length of the suspension, especially because Kelly is a reliever. Now, I think from Major League Baseball's perspective, Rob Manfred said during the wintertime in so many words that he was not going to allow open season to be on the Houston Astros. Back in 2017, when all the sign-stealing stuff happened, I think we can look back and criticize Rob Manfred for not drawing a line in the sand and trying to alter the behavior with one big penalty at that time against the Red Sox or the Yankees. Well, in this case, it seems that's what he's trying to do, alter the behavior and stop teams from throwing at the Houston Astros.
Kelly has elected to appeal. His suspension was set to begin tonight, but as we mentioned, he has elected to appeal. Now, Buster, also, it's been a crazy 48 hours for the Yankees, who now find themselves in Baltimore to take on the Orioles tonight. How have they been able to steer through the uncertainty?
Hey, Tony, it does feel like that some teams really struggle with what's going on in baseball, and other teams find a way to make lemonade out of lemons, and that's definitely the Yankees. They have great internal leadership. For example, yesterday when they got word at 12:15 that no, they weren't going to travel back to New York to play the Phillies, and they had the option to go to Baltimore, Zach Britton, who's their player rep and is very respected within the organization for his leadership, immediately said, you know what, that makes more sense. We're close to Baltimore. Let's go and play. All along, since they began the summer camp, the Yankees have had this great sense of, look, it's a crazy situation, but let's pull together and make the best of it.
Yeah, and around the sports world, Buster, we've seen players opting out of their respective leagues. Now we know that Nick Markakis was one of those players, but now he's opting in again. Were you surprised by his decision to return to the Braves?
Absolutely, because you saw the emotion in his face at the time he announced he was going to opt out. That was after a conversation with a then ailing teammate, Freddie Freeman. But what's happened since then? Freddie Freeman got healthy. There's more confidence within most teams about what's going on with the health and safety protocol. And Nick Markakis was watching the Braves go through their preparation for the season and feeling like, you know what, I'm a veteran, 36 years old. I need to back my teammates. On opening day last Friday, he reached out to Alex Anthopoulos, the general manager of the Braves, and began the conversation about coming back.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.